Our countdown to caucus coverage now. Today, people in Iowa had a chance to meet and question the 2020 Democratic presidential candidates in a forum focusing on those with disabilities along with health care reform. KWWL's Vinnie Lowry was at that forum today, and that's a full recap.
Democratic presidential candidates, legislators, and senators gathering at the first Democratic presidential candidate forum. The forum focused on people with disabilities and health care. Candidates sound off on the importance for health care reform.
Everyone gets basic health care from the government for free as a right of citizenship. But then they have the ability to buy supplementals, opt out, get insurance from their employers, etc. And I think that's a much more successful way to accomplish universal health care.
Right now, because of cuts from the Republican governor and changes, you actually are down to only 64 mental health public beds in the entire state of Iowa.
Which is only partially right. She's referring to the number of adult psychiatric beds in the state's 2 remaining mental health institutes. It doesn't factor in beds at hospitals and other facilities. Many Iowans in attendance voiced their concerns with disability practices in the state of Iowa and back in Washington. Presidential hopefuls focused on the accessibility to polling places and how important people with disabilities are in America.
We have set a goal inspired by Senator Harkin's work, that by 2030 we double the rate of workforce participation by Americans with disabilities.
So we need to have a healthcare system in this country that is not designed around profit or revenue, but is designed around our well-being.
We have a system now that forces families into poverty just to qualify for the programs we have. That makes no sense whatsoever.
Senator Bernie Sanders also taking the spotlight. One voter pointed out the senator's health care plan. Stated by his interviewer, his health plan a breath of fresh air.
I don't want to run people through, and
Exactly.
I won't sacrifice that.
Right, and under Medicare for All, you would not spend 10 minutes. You would have, in fact, the freedom to practice medicine and not have to argue with the insurance companies about what type of therapy your patient needs.
Reporting in Cedar Rapids, Vinnie Lowry, News 7, KWWL.
Now, some of the presidential hopefuls were not there today. Senator Elizabeth Warren was at the Democratic fish fry with Iowa Congresswoman Abby Finkenauer. Also, Joe Biden was not there, but was represented by a retired senator, Chris Dodd, and touched on some of Biden's ideals.